All right, so here we got Rage Winter Chill. Uh, Winter Chill's going to be a boss that we have to wear the PvP trinket on because he does an ability called Ice Bolt. Deals a massive amount of damage on impact, but it also puts a dot on you that will kill you over time if you don't break out of that. So it's super important you wear your PvP trinket against him. He also does Death and Decay on the ground. If you're range, move out of it. Melee, I think we're basically going to be able to just stand in it. Zug right through it with heals. Pretty easy boss overall. Nothing too hard. After Winter Chill's dead, there'll be another 8 waves of trash, basically like the first 8 waves. There's going to be some more abominations, more casters. Same rules as we've been doing with the trash farm. The A bombs, the off tanks that aren't the paladin, we'll have to make sure they grab one. So the paladin's not taking them all. Paladin's going to want to be using faps through it. Casters have to be kicked. So hand shaman warriors go kick the casters. Hunters with your pets use the intimidation stun. Uh, Engineering bombs, anything will kick it. Kick the casters, get them piled in, stack, and AoE. Next boss is Anatheron. Anatheron does an ability called Carrion Swarm. It basically stops healers from being able to heal, so healers will have marks over their heads. They're going to spread out all the way in a big circle around the boss, being away from each other. So there's going to be no real healing assignments here because at any single point you might have to be the one healing the tank if the other person is got Carrion Swarm on them. That's really about the only mechanic on this, so it's going to be spreading out for healers and then pumping him down. Again, nothing too fancy. Couple minute long boss fight. Pretty easy. Once we move back to the Horde camp, there'll be 8 waves of trash again, but they're going to be a little bit different. Each of these will have mobs like gargoyles that you'll have to bring down LOS around pillars and tents to get them to come to the ground so they can be killed. Um, Otherwise, it's most of the same mobs we've been facing. Just keep everybody up. The biggest part about these trash waves is just you can't have deaths on them. They don't stop. They just keep coming. So gotta play clean, smart, and pump. Next boss is Kazergul. Kazergul does a debuff called Market Kazergul. It eats up 3,000 mana over 6 seconds. So you have to have at least 3,000 mana in order to do this. He also does a stun on the melee. So melee, you're going to be getting stunned, which means the tank is going to be getting stunned. So threat's a little bit of an issue too. Uh, Mostly, we're just going to pull him over by Thrall, have Thrall help tank and do damage. Burn him down, kill him. Watch mana. If you are going to run out of mana, get away from people because you explode. Uh, you healers might want to throw on like the Shadow Resistance neck or maybe your Shadow Resistance cloak because you can resist the debuff when it puts it on. But mostly it's just pump them down. Make sure you've got either or both runes and mana pots. Uh, Second to last boss is Azragul. Azragul is pretty good boss. Does a big cleave ability, so the tanks have got to stack together up front to help absorb the damage that comes from the cleave. He also does a rain of fire that is absolutely nasty. It'll put a debuff on you and cause you to take a ton of damage. So you got to be hot on your feet, moving out. There's also Doom. He'll put Doom on somebody. That person will die. When they die, they'll spawn a Doom Guard. So there'll be another tank grabbing Doom Guards and kind of holding them back by the Torn Warriors with another healer back there, just kind of healing them. Um, we'll do Soulstone rotations or battle reses, or maybe we won't even do it if it's not something important. Mostly it's just burn them down, kill them fast. This is a big one to use Elixir of Demon Slaying on melee and hunters because that extra damage really helps because you do got to kill this guy quickly. Last boss of Hyjal is Archimon. Archimon is a really cool fight. One, you got to be near your shaman, so all the shaman will be marked. You also have to be spaced out, but not too far spaced, because you want to be where Tremor Totem will be dropped. So we'll have groups all the way around Archimon with a tank holding him in the middle. He spawns fire. The fire puts a 45-second fire debuff on you. It does a lot of damage at first, and it slowly gets easier to heal through as it goes on, but this is something we got to avoid as best we can. This might be another fight where you want to wear your PvP trinkets. He also does air burst. You want to try to get away from people when you get that air burst warning on you. You get a couple seconds to move. But what it does, it'll launch you and anybody within 8 yards of you way up in the air. There's these Eloons tiers that you will get, but they have like a 2 second effect, so you got to fall really close to the ground before you can use them. There's a big cliff that I'll have you guys practice on, but it's mostly DPS. Get it down to 10%, and he becomes immune, but you become immune and you just kill him. So that's the goal is to get him 10%. Then it's a win.